Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Christina Garrett. I am recently shifting over to YouTube. Most of the time, our following is budding on Facebook and Instagram, but I decided to start dating YouTube. So, hello, everybody. I am an organizational and productivity coach residing in Tuskegee, Alabama. I'm a pastor's wife and homeschooling mom of five really loud and super amazing children. And I am here to help you organize your world, okay? What I do as a coach, as a speaker, as a community facilitator is help you take all of the craziness that's going on in your life and really streamline that schedule, especially with the pandemic, because with everything that's been going on the last several months. My phone has been buzzing because we've been preaching this mantra for a long time now about how to organize your world, how to get more done by strategically doing less, and how to really streamline the way that you spend your hours. Okay, and so today I'm just going to talk for a few minutes. I'll probably go live on Facebook too, so if you guys see me going back and forth, that's why. But I'm just really excited to talk to you today about focusing on the goal. All right. Very often we tend to be all over the place with what we want to do, how we want to do it, and sometimes we just don't know how to make it concise. Okay, so today I'm just going to give you a couple really quick tips. All right, if you want to take a second, grab the link from here and share it with a girlfriend, somebody that is going to benefit from learning how to be a multitasking woman of faith. Okay, so for all of you who are juggling a lot. Good morning. For all of you who are juggling a lot, I need you to know today that it's okay to be a multitasker. It's okay to be a multitasker. It is all right for you as a woman to do more than one thing at a time, okay? Even now, for example, I as the facilitator here in this space, right? I'm live on YouTube, okay, and I'm live here on Facebook. Hi, Canilla. Good morning, guys. It's okay for you to be a multitasker. It's all right for you to accomplish more than one thing at a time. However, in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture of your life, you want to make sure that you are executing well. You want to make sure that you're delivering, that you're serving, that the intention behind what you're doing is actually being accomplished. Okay. So across the board, I don't know a single woman. Good morning, Miss Mary. I don't know a single woman who only does one thing at a time. Most of the time we are multitasking, and the emphasis here in this community is to help you do it better and to help you really embrace inside. How do I need to serve differently? How do I need to step up in different ways? How do I need to execute differently? Because your family's needs are going to continue to change. Your needs as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as a family member, right, are vital and important. The person that you are is needed. Like, people need the essence of what you have. But a lot of times, because we are unfocused and because we're doing so much, we end up being the diluted version of us. Does that make sense? We end up being the diluted version of who we are. And that is no way to live. Hi, Tree. How are you? That's no way to live. I don't want to be the diluted version of myself. I saw a post on Instagram a couple days ago, and the gist of the post was, I'm worth it. You know what I mean? Like, my kids should not get the diluted version of me. They should get the fullest version of their mother, of the woman that's in their life that helps to lead the home, facilitate all these things. They should get the best of this person. You should be able to grow up and know who your mother was, that she loved. I'm from DC. She loved go-go. You know what I'm saying? She can do a good twerk leg. You know what I'm saying? Because, she dances in the aisles of the grocery store. She can paint a little bit, but only when she's stressed out. My mom will walk out the house and leave for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. And so for all of you guys, who are you? Who are you in the fullest version of yourself? So if you are focusing on the goal, last night I kind of went off just a little bit because I was talking about being consistent. You know what I mean? I was talking about how a lot of times we get impatient with the fruit that we're looking for. We get impatient with the fruit. So I planted my tree. Anybody who started gardening, y'all understand. Y'all see the snake plant behind me. There's no way that somebody dropped the seed in there and then the next day they came back looking for sprouts and a leaf that big. It's illogical. Nobody with any kind of plant sense whatsoever would do something like that, right? It don't make any sense. So for a lot of us though, this is what we do. We drop a seed somewhere, we start a business, we begin to navigate that idea, we start working on some things, and then the next morning, we go outside looking for fruit. And we're wondering, where is it? What happened? Why is it that when I put this seed in the ground, what I was looking for didn't instantaneously appear? But it's because we have to be patient and consistent with our goals and with our plans. So what I do with my clients is we sit down and we map the plan and we talk about what you need to do and when. Not no more, floating out in the atmosphere and trying to figure out whatever. You got to write it down and it has to be in front of you because people who have written goals are exponentially more likely to reach them because every single day they're right there in their face. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to do today. This is what I need to accomplish. Even me making time to sit down and chat with you guys today is on my schedule. Where's my to-do list? I don't even have a lot on my to-do list today, but it's on here to connect with the community, connect with the tribe, right? So what we want to make sure that we're doing is not wasting time. We don't want to be time wasters. I don't know about you, but I don't have a whole lot of that to go around. So I have interview today. I have a client call in an hour, right? I have all these things that go together. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here today. These things that are going on, I bet you all you guys are budding. You have families. I'm not sure where all of you live. Feel free to drop your location in the comment box. We all have these hectic schedules and things that are going on. We don't have time to waste time. We just don't. So you need to make sure that what you're investing your time in is worth it and you can reach that goal. It doesn't mean that every day you're going to accomplish everything that's on your to-do list. Nobody does that, right? But it does mean that those things that are most important and that are the greatest priority will be achieved. Okay, so what's on your goal for this is August, right? This is August, early August, August the 8th. Okay, number one, you have 3 weeks now to get your Mamathon conference tickets. Okay, whether virtual or in person in Atlanta, you can come and hang out with the divas. All right, so but you got to get it by August 29th because that's when our self-care boxes are going out. I got to say that every time we go live to make sure you guys remember. Okay, so the whole point of the story is what's your goal for the month of August? This is not a rhetorical question. I want to see it in the comments. Get your fingers out and tell me in the comments what is your goal for the month of August? What's your goal for the month of August? What are your goals for the month of August? And somebody is saying, I don't know, because a lot of us are floating from one place to another, one day to another. And the next thing we know is going to be September. Isn't that crazy? Oh my gosh. The year is more than half over. 2020 is more than half over. Have you done the work and discipline to make this your best year yet? Have you done the work to build on top of the foundation that's already been laid? Have you said, all right, I know that this is where I am right now, but I know that I can go higher? Sally says to get my life organized. How? What elements of your life do you want to get organized? And the reason I'm asking this is a lot of times okay, so Brian Tracy says this in one of his books. I think I have it behind me somewhere. He talks about there's a big difference between wishing and making it a goal. Christina wishes, I don't know, that someone who just loves doing laundry would come right now and knock out the laundry that's in the hallway, right? I'm not washing no clothes today. I just refuse. So I wish that there was somebody that would just come. He says that wishes are things that everybody on the planet has. Everyone on the planet has, okay? So I may wish that, I lose 20 pounds. I wish that I was back at half marathon running pace and all that jazz. I want da-da-da. But there's a difference between me wanting it and actually crafting out a plan that I've written down the plan to accomplish that goal. It's totally different. You see what I mean? So I want to encourage you to think through this process, because a lot of times we circumvent the process. We go right around the process and then we get impatient. Then we lose our patience with doing what we need to do, okay? So let me look up here through these comments. So Sally said she wants to get her life organized. I asked her how, and she said she wants to get her time organized, okay? As in start going to bed earlier and then get up early because she's a night owl. Okay, so are you saying that your sleeping schedule is interfering with your work life? Is that what the issue is? Because sometimes I wish I was a night owl. I'm getting more that way as my business is growing, but I would really much prefer to be up early in the morning versus late in the evening time. But I'm working on it. I'm trying so hard. Okay. So Tree says she wants to get her kids set for school virtually and or in person. Listen, you and everybody else. My children have been asking when we're starting homeschool back up, and I'm like, I am on summer break. Do y'all hear me? I am summer break. I told them we'll start school next week. So I can't. I just can't. So the whole moral of the story, though, is working in person, behind the scenes, all the things to achieve those goals. Because a lot of times, if we are easily distracted, you know what I'm saying? And we call those, they can be digital distractions, they can be poor time management distractions where, I said I was going to do this at this time and then I didn't, and I lost all my bearings. You know what I mean? It could very well be that, you are just trying in general to hold on. You're just trying in general to make some things happen, and you're not really sure if you're coming or going or how those things are working, And so what you really want to do is put some emphasis on the what. What are you trying to get accomplished? Okay, what are you trying to get accomplished? And once you can envision what you want to get accomplished, you'll be better off with trying to map the path out. Does that make sense? So Tree says it stresses her out, the idea of, working out the school stuff. So here's what I have been telling a lot of the mamas. Number one, take a deep breath. There's something, we did the homeschooler summit 2 Saturdays ago, I think 2 Saturdays. And we were talking about the element of respect and relationship in the family over education. Okay. So here's the big picture. The whole point of kids getting educated in any of this is so that we can, it's so that they can leave home and become successful, fruitful human beings, right? That's the whole point of all of this, is to raise children who have an objective in mind. They know where they're going. They have a mission, okay? So if this is the main goal, if this is where we're going with this thing, then let's kind of start to retrain ourselves in the way we think about educating our kids, all right? So if you're virtual schooling, that means that you're not necessarily responsible for the bearing of curriculum development or buying a curriculum or selecting one, because you're preparing for your kids to go back to school. Okay. My kids ain't going to school, not as long as we have the ability as a family to continue homeschooling. They're going to be rolling with their parents because I love the flexibility. Okay. For me, that's king over taking the kids to school is a flexibility. But take the stress out by remembering the big picture. Remember your big picture, okay? The big picture is I want my children to want to replicate what I had at home when they grow up and they have their own families. So that means that we have good, healthy, open communication. We have self-care for everybody in the family, not just mom. Hopefully, mom is getting hers, but self-care for every person in the family. We are practicing good, healthy respect from parent to child and child to parent. You know what I mean? Usually we emphasize child to parent, but we don't always talk about respecting our kids going the other way. And so there's just a lot of these components that can stress us out, but it's, homeschooling and virtual schooling are two very different ball games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to combine the two. The whole moral of the story, though, is focus on the goal. What's the goal? The goal is having healthy, well-balanced children that are going to add to the world, that they're going to rise up and they're going to know who God made them to be. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. And so if that's my goal, I can endeavor to teach them and pour into them and nurture those gifts and all that kind of stuff, because my children, whether they go to college or not, really don't care. I just want them to grow up and know where they're going and not be wanderers. Because some of us are 30, 40, 50 and are still wandering. And we still don't know what we're supposed to be doing. So I don't want that for my children. I want them to have some realm of a handle, just this much of a handle on it before they get to that place, before they get to college and they don't have a major, before they go wherever and they're like, I don't even know what I really love. Like, I want to expose you to so much that you're like, I know what I love to do and what I don't love. Knowing what you don't want is just as important as what you do want. So that's what I desire for my children. I'm sure because you guys love your kids, you have that same desire for your children as well. Okay. So as we're focusing on the goal, I want you guys to remember, all right, there is so much sometimes that's out in the open. And what we want to do is pull it all down and say, okay, you know what? I don't want anything floating out into the atmosphere. And, I'm not really sure what I'm doing or what I'm working on. Let's make a concrete plan. You can bring me in as your partner. That's great. But even if you don't, make it a concrete plan. Okay. Make it something where you can see the timeline of progression. Make it somewhere where the goals are practical, right? But that they're a reach for you. They're a little outside of your comfort zone. It's okay for you to stretch. It's challenging, yes, but it's okay to stretch, okay? So what I usually do with my clients is we sit down and we map out the 5-tier to-do list. That's what we call it here in the Mamathon community. But it's all about where do I want to be in 5 years? But even more importantly, what do I need to do today to become that woman? And a lot of times we end up stressed out, overworked, burned out, drowning at home, in our businesses, all these places because we don't have concrete focus. We don't have that concrete focus. And so I was explaining last night that often we get impatient with our callings, right? And this is rough. This is really, really rough, but this is poverty mindset kicking in. And I'm saying that because I had to work on it myself, okay? Financial freedom is not a calling. I said what I said. Financial freedom is not worrying about money is not your life's purpose. Do y'all hear me? It's not. And I know that's rough for somebody. I know y'all like, but that's one reason we get distracted so easily by every opportunity, because that's what we become enamored by. We become romanticized by having so much money that I have all these options. What if you started working on your options no matter where you were? And so this morning I was sharing with my son. He was feeling worried about some stuff, and I shared with him Matthew chapter 6 about not worrying, right? And it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and then everything else will be added to you. It's not did you seek after all the things added and then God gonna move and show you your calling. You should be operating your calling, money or not. Financial freedom is not a purpose-driven life. I done said what I said. Yes, I'm past swipe. I guess somebody's supposed to push prosperity 24/7. Prosperity is beautiful. It has a lot to do with stewardship, though. God ain't just out here canceling debts for people who are irresponsible, knowing you about to go swipe your credit card again. So we get distracted because we get impatient with the process. So if you do love makeup and skincare, right? And you say, you know what? I love Mary Kay. I want to sell Mary Kay. I love da. But what happens is, number one, we don't want to distinguish ourselves from other people. So there are literally a million people that sell Mary Kay. Why should they buy from you? Why should they buy from you? Okay. Sally, listen. Why should they buy from you? So what we don't want to do is take the time to build a team, build a community, do all these things. We don't want to spend the time on that, right? We just want to expedite straight to the pink Cadillac or whatever is your thing. Okay. It could be anything. We want to skip straight ahead past the focus, the consistency, and the patience, the developing of a plan, all these things. I bet you they have 500,000 courses on how to effectively build out a Mary Kay business or all this kind of stuff from people who have done it, who have made their 6 figures and beyond and done all the things. Whatever field you're in, this applies, right? So, but we don't necessarily want to do that because it takes too long. So then we get impatient with our Mary Kay calling, right? Then we get impatient and we switch over to something else. So now you do Mary Kay and it works. Now, after those two don't kick off and make you $25,000 that month, right? As promised by people who are working really hard, right? You kind of want to post and then people just flood in the door. It's not how it works. So then we go and complain about how our friends and our family don't support our business. They might already have a best friend who sells that product. Why should they buy from you? Family and friends are no different. Okay, so once we have started Mary Kay, and y'all give me some feedback. I know I'm not lying. I know I'm not. And it's okay if I maybe there's somebody out there, I might be stepping on your toes a little bit. I love you, truth and love. Okay. So then because we started the Mary Kay business and then we switched over to whatever, to It Works or candles or what you name it, right? When that didn't do the turnover that we wanted right away, we gonna get a third or fourth job. Crystal, I'm just saying what I'm saying today. Y'all hearing me? So now we have one website with 6 different businesses on it. None of them are all related. And then you release a book to tell about your climb to the top. So now you have 4, 5, 6 different businesses, and you're an author, and you are a nutritionist coach. Even though you ain't taking that NAIR certification, you just sell the products. I love y'all. I'm just talking. I'm saying what I'm saying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Same as being a Beachbody coach. I love Beachbody. Shaun T is my boo, even though I know I'm not his type because he gay. You know, Shaun T is my boo, right? He get my body right. Help me get some neck back. But I'm not a beach body coach. I can give you some advice on running techniques and stuff like that because I've done like 3 5Ks and some 10Ks and 2 half marathons, right? But y'all better believe that when it comes to marathoning and thinking about doing that 26 miles, I'm going to have to go to somebody who has done it. And Christina's not about to release a how to run a marathon ebook because I'm not there yet. You should be a marathoner. This should be your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So when you guys come here to this community, have I diverted? Have I changed? You see what I'm saying? Like, have I moved from maybe the mantra has shifted, maybe the verbiage has shifted some, maybe, but the destination and the mission is still the same. That when you come here in this space, we give you practical components and tools to help you organize your world, to help you balance doing your career and your hustle and your family life so that you don't drop the ball. That when you get to glory one day, God don't say, girl, you really hit that 6-figure, 7-figure business, but your kids don't know you. That's the mission here in this space, right? To equip you with what you need to do both. To hustle and homemade. The mission has not changed. Our core scripture is still Proverbs 14:1. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one jacks it up with her own 2 hands. The mission is still the same. So like Crystal said, you have to put in the work. Stop hopping everywhere. Every month you start a different business. And maybe I ain't talking about you, but put a hand in the comments if you know somebody like this. And we take multiple streams of income. We take that so literally, right? Multiple streams. We take it so literally that we now have all these things going on, and you are a jack of all trades, master of none. You have not mastered anything. You're mediocre in all of it. You're average in all of it. Can we just commit for the rest of 2020 to be above average? Can we commit for the rest of the year that I'm going to grind hard on what God put in my lane? My lane. Not everybody else's lane, my lane. So that you become known for your thing. I'm grinding until the Mamathon Diaries and Christina Garrett is synonymous with women's life organization. That you can have areas in your home that are together. Every area ain't gonna always be together, but you can have that area that speaks to you together. You should be able to practice self-care and take a shower with no kids coming in. You should be able to work on your dream and live your dream without feeling like you're drowning every day. This is the mission and the mantra here in this space. It's what our conference is about. This is what my coaching clients are all about. This is what it's all about. And yes, you can have multiple streams of income. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You better know the Garrett's got stock options. Come on now. Listen, we got stock options. My husband owns a barbershop. My husband pastors a church. Wifey does consulting. Wifey does events. Wifey works for a digital marketing agency. I do all the things. I get it. I understand. We have different, but best believe I'm a bomb digital marketer and community builder because of what I built in this space. You see what I'm saying? Like what people show up for, the authentic story. Developing that outward, you know what I'm saying? Turning that into social media. But sometimes we get so all over the place, you know what I'm saying? That we don't know how to focus and we don't enact patience in our daily lives. So I was telling somebody yesterday, I was like, girl, I got 7-8 years of Facebook Lives. Was doing it for 4 or 5 years before I went viral. Was doing it for years before anybody came to an event or before anybody paid me to speak somewhere or before any of these things happened. And on the days when it's fruitful and on the days when it wasn't, I kept going and kept showing up. And yes, it gets tiring sometimes. And yes, but the fruit has unfolded in 2020. And I'm not kidding. Oh my gosh, like there are no words. There are no words for the fruit that has happened this year that if I had skipped out on these other experiences in years gone by, I would have missed it. So I just want to encourage you guys to focus in on your goal. Okay, focusing on the goal. If you need help mapping out your to-do list, I'm here for it. Okay, that's what I do. We partner together to find out where am I going to do this stuff? Because I got all these kids. Y'all, I got 5 children. 5. Okay, not 5. 5. I got 5 children. They are loud. My kids are, because I see some new faces today. So my kids are 12. I have twins who are 10. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old terrorist. I run my own business. I work with someone else's business. Okay. My husband owns a brick and mortar business. You know what I'm saying? So he got to go to the business, unlock the door. He has employees, all that kind of stuff. And he passes a church as well, which he should be full time. He ain't yet, but one day he will be. So we understand what it's like in this community to be busy multitasking women. Okay. So no matter how we partner, whether that's you getting your conference ticket, if you're in Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee, I want you to like drop your comment, just drop me a wave and be like, yes, I'm coming to the conference, because we're going to be up in there having an amazing time, social distance, but we're having a concert, like dinner. It's going to be amazing. And what we did was we kept our gigantic space, but we're only doing a small group of women. And so we have ladies coming from all over the place, and we're going to wear our mask but be out of the house. Some of y'all are getting all dolled up just to be at home, and it's okay, but you do have somewhere that you can go to take a break from life, to take a break from everything that's hectic. Crystal, the conference this year is going to be September 25th through the 27th. In Stone Mountain, Georgia, at the Stone Mountain Park. And so we are staying at the 5 Diamond Evergreen Marriott. Okay. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's our perfect weekend off. You know what I mean? So even if you're far away, you live in Wisconsin or Milwaukee, you live in Oregon, I don't know where you live, all the way across the country. You're like, I can't travel. That's no problem. But what we're encouraging you to do is get your virtual ticket. Yes, Crystal, I absolutely will. And I see your profile picture, honey, and I feel like we're supposed to know each other. Who are you? We need to talk. So absolutely come and hang out with us. We're going to be social distance and socially responsible. But my ladies told me, they said, listen, Chris, if you have it at your house, we're coming to your house, because we got to leave these children home. This is my weekend that I have designated to be poured back into myself, So what we're going to do is Friday, we are having virtual streaming Friday to our platform here. Okay. So you can catch those sessions anytime. Friday night, though, we're going to be hanging and chilling. Saturday during the daytime is our in-person. All right. So we're going to have speakers. For those who are in person, we're serving you lunch and dinner. Okay. Like, we just go all in. We're having a concert Saturday night. And then Sunday, we're going to go hike Stone Mountain. Just be outside in that beautiful fall air and just leave all. Yes, Crystal, I remember. Hey, I know you. Just to be away from all the craziness and just really have some time to press pause, and be restored. Okay. So I'm excited to host you ladies. Any kind of attendee, do y'all hear me? Whether you attend virtually or you attend in person, everybody gets virtual swag, okay, which means digital swag, which means there's a load of freebies and ebooks and all kind of really bomb content to help you work on your business, and pull all those things together. Okay, awesome discounts and everything coming to you, as well as product swag. Do y'all hear me? So we are sending out self-care boxes to everybody that is a part of the conference that buys a ticket. Okay. So if those are going out the first week in September. So if you have not got your ticket by August 29th, you're going to miss out on the box opportunity and all that awesome digital swag. Okay. So we want to make sure that you guys get the hookup and all of those things. The moral of the story is there are lots of ways for you to fulfill your goal, okay? And you have to focus on the goal in order to make it to where you're trying to make it to. Like Crystal said, stop hopping. You go here, 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 you go all the places, and you're no longer executing well like you're supposed to because you're so all over the place. And we have to stop being impatient with the process. That's what really happens. We get impatient and we say, you know what, God, this isn't moving fast enough, or I don't want to work harder than I'm currently working. Everybody kind of hyped it up to make it seem like it was easier than this. Making it to this level. Oh, all you have to do is this. All you have to do is reach out to your friends and family. All you have to do is blah, blah, blah. And we don't want to do the work of going and finding people and contacting and connecting and being consistent on social media and learning how to do social media, learn how to sell on Instagram, all this like you don't want to do that. So learn how to design a eye-catching, pleasing aesthetic for your Instagram feed, like all this stuff. Like we don't want to do this. We don't want to take really good pictures of our products. If you're a product-based seller, right? If you're a product-based seller, you need to have good, clear pictures of your product. That's just simple, simple things of us doing more than what we are doing. And sometimes we need to look at what are the successful people doing, those people that are killing the game in my field. What are they doing that I'm not doing? Because sometimes, it could be just as easy as you having a well-lit atmosphere when you do something. It could be as simple as, you learning a slightly different technique. It could be showing up on camera looking like you care. Because some of us come to the camera looking like we're destitute. Stop it. So Crystal says, I've learned that leading a team in paparazzi. Awesome. You have to put the time in and lead your team. So I know for a fact, one of our Mamathon ladies is a director, I think, in paparazzi, but she's killing the game. And so I'm always amazed she never stops grinding on her stuff though. Like, so for the last 4 or 5 years, she's always been my go-to person. Why do I buy from her versus somebody else? Why should somebody buy from you versus going to their neighbor next door who sells the same product? What makes you different? And because we don't want to focus on those elements, we end up missing out on the growth that can happen in our business. Okay. So Chris says, I lead a team of 100+ ladies, and the days some days I'm on my knees and stressed. Paparazzi for me is also my ministry. Listen, you can have a passion, right? And it pours over. Everything that we touch should become ministry. Everything that we pour our hearts into, But like Chris said, you have to brand yourself. You do not just get to show up on camera and be like everybody else, or show up and sell a product and it's like everybody else. And then because you did not do a good job at branding yourself, identifying why you instead of somebody else, then you end up, things trickle in and it's not moving as fast as you want. So then you hop over to something else. So I just want to encourage everybody today to focus on the dream, okay? It's all right if you don't have everything together. It's okay if you're a work in progress. All of us are. Every single one of us are working on thriving in different ways and nurturing our goals and nurturing those dreams. And every single one of us, we kind of hype up this purpose-driven life. Oh, I'm living my purpose. It's starting to irk me now with the whole I'm living my purpose, oh, da, da, da. And so, but what ends up happening is I start to look at my family and my practical responsibilities as they are keeping me from living my purpose. When in reality, the harvest is attached to the work. It just is. The harvest is attached to the work. Okay. So I am excited to connect with you guys. Go to runningamamathon.com for your event tickets. Okay. I'm excited to see you guys, hopefully in person. Like, come hang out. I promise y'all, we ain't gonna breathe on you. We're gonna be taking temperatures and hand sanitizer and all the precautions. Like last year, we had so much food for dinner. It wasn't even funny. Like we fed the workers the band, everybody. We had a buffet. We're not buffeting this year though. So y'all gonna get those bougie sit down plates at this 5-star hotel because this is how we roll. Number one, this is how we roll. But number two, we want to make sure that we provide that for you because of safety and all that kind of stuff to make sure that we're spread out and social distance, but still able to have an amazing time and an awesome event. Okay. So I'm excited to work with you guys. If you have a business, I would like to connect with you. Okay. I'd like to connect with you because we're going to be running commercials throughout the conference this year. And so I'm looking for partners to sponsor. If you want to put your business out there and sponsor a commercial or sponsor a woman's ticket, something like that, either virtual, then please connect with me. And if you have a friend or homegirl from around the way who operates a business as well, not a business man, but like a business, like you're a business owner, then I want you guys to connect with me. Hi, Sherry. Good morning, or it's afternoon here in Alabama. Yes, my website is runningamamathlon.com. Okay. But if you have questions, comments, or concerns, if there's a way that I can serve you, your mission, your ministry, I'm happy to do so. So just shoot me a message because I'm one of those people too. Where you can feel free to hop in my inbox and I respond to all messages, no assistant, just me. So I'm excited to do that. All right. But make sure you guys commit to the work. Commit to the work. Okay. Make sure you guys commit to the work. All right. It's okay for you to have to do that, put that elbow grease in, because that's what pays off. And so I'm excited. This coming summer, we haven't penciled in a date yet, but I'm going to be interviewing one of the executive producers from the Essence Podcast Network. Why? Because I'm on my way to Essence. Y'all didn't know? I am. The goal has not changed. You know what I'm saying? Like the how may change, but my goal has not changed. Can you find your lane and work the mess out of that lane until you are known for, like, once everybody and they mama started homeschooling and now you're working at home and schooling children and you supposed to do this business and how you supposed to run all the things with the kids. Oh, Christina's phone was lit. Why? Because y'all already knew me ahead of time, right? And to God be the glory that we have crafted in our home replicable systems that you can use again and again and again and again. And when you get off kilter and you feel like you're overwhelmed, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm drowning. Wait, I can plug into that system that I had before and use it again, And so if you can identify what that goal is and where you're going, whenever you get off track or whenever things get a little off the chain, you can always come back to that place. You don't have to change it all up again. You say, all right, if I haven't met this goal, then I need to go back. So I want to say it was Priscilla Shearer that was talking about this once. But she was like, you just do the next thing. The next thing that God told you to do. And sometimes God hasn't dropped a heavy hitting word, all this other kind of stuff, because you didn't do the last word. He ain't gonna give you no ideas for no new business. You didn't work on the old one. And it wasn't that the business idea that he gave you wasn't good. It's that you still have to do the practical elements of what's around you. You know what I mean? Like you still have to do the practical elements. And even more so, God is not going to give you this calling, this passion, this purpose, all this stuff. And it involves you dropping your family off on the curb. Oh, Belle, I have seen it. Y'all, my husband wants me to go to bed at nighttime, but I'm trying to work on my business. What would you tell your significant other? Girl, you need to remind him that, you trying to be that chick and all this kind of stuff. And, oh, you need to, tell him you're trying to build this business. Girl, he just don't want you to be great. All this stuff. No, homeboy didn't get married to sleep alone. So go to bed with your man. Cut the stuff off at a certain time throughout the day and be done with it at what? By the time my husband walks in the door, 5 or 6 nights out of 7, I'm closing my tablet. I am putting it all away because Stephen Garrett's at home now. And he's been out all day. Let's put these kids to bed and relax together. You know what I mean? And sometimes we will become so worldly minded as we achieve our goals that we will end up dropping off those people and those the stewardship that God has put over us. You know what I'm saying? Like he told us to do this, and then here you are. I'm just trying to be who God made me to be, and all this other kinds of. God made you to also be a good steward and walk in covenant with your spouse and nurture and steward over those children. And all this is all part of it. Hey, Nancy, you are. This is all part of it. It's all part of it. And so there is, what's the scripture? Proverbs 14, verse 4-ish. But basically, and I mentioned this last night, it talks about how without the oxen, your stable stays clean. This is the gist of it. Without the, if you're an agricultural person, right? You need an oxen. Nancy, we need to talk. You have the oxen and you got to hook the oxen up to the plow, right? And the oxen got to sleep somewhere. So he's in the stable. Without an oxen, your stable stays clean. You don't have to clean the stable. However, without the oxen, your harvest will not come because the oxen is directly correlated to where he has to stay and the work he has to do and all of this kind of stuff, right? So listen, baby, you can avoid having to clean up after people. My dad has passed on 12 years now. She's like, yeah, listen, my house was always clean after your dad passed, but I was the only one there. Perspective. I was the only one there. She said, so yeah, it was always clean because it was just me. Wah-uh. So yes, you can have little laundry. Yes, you can have 2 dishes to wash. Yes, you can have all this stuff, this minimal effort stuff, right? But the truth is, all this is a part of the plan and the purpose. And so, what you have to learn how to do as a woman is do the right kind of pivot. Okay, all right, I know I have all this stuff with my family. So, how can I do this over here? For example, in about 20 minutes, I have a coaching call with a client that's in Barbados. So, that's exciting. But after that, after I've done all the mamathon things, I'm gonna have to take my kids to the park. I'm gonna have to turn off my stuff and go do something else. Or maybe once they're in the bed tonight at 8 o'clock, that's when I can get some more work done while my husband's working on his sermon and things of that nature, like perspective on how can I reshift my time so that my family feels important. I don't feel like a martyr that gets nothing done ever. I'm delegating to my family members to help me support around the house. Kids that clean the house help keep the house cleaner because they don't want to have to do it again. All of a sudden, it's like a light bulb goes off. If they clean it up, they're like, they police each other. You better get that cereal off the floor. I'm not vacuuming again. All of a sudden, it's like, look at God. So, there is such a perspective, like Nancy said, a shift in perspective that we have to have in order to say, what are we going to do that's different? You know what I mean? What are we going to do? How are we going to enact something different in my life? How am I going to see something that I want to see again in my grandchildren, in my home, because we don't want to raise children that don't know what self-care means for them or for the parents, and at the same time, we don't want children that can't identify with pursuing their goals and finding ways to practically intertwine those goals into real life. Okay. So that's it for today. I've been live long enough with you guys. Nancy, message me. Crystal, holla at your girl. Sherry, I'm excited to connect with you as well. If there are any ways that I can support you, your journey, your family, we have options from VIP where you and I take a Saturday and we work together all day. An entire half day session to help minister to your most urgent needs. But if you don't want to just put a little band-aid patch assignment on the problem and you want to work together for 6 weeks, I offer that option as well, where we literally unpack all the things and then we begin to work on your 5 to-do list. Not just what you need to do, but how do I get it done in a practical way? How do I share with my family what my needs are? How do I intertwine my self-care and my goals with all this other stuff that's going on in my life? And so one of my clients, I was so excited, and she is, Nancy, you're fine, girl. You no need to apologize. Life is crazy. But I was excited. She said, listen, by the time I ended working with you, we worked together for 4 weeks. She said, I had lost 15 pounds. Her son was cooking. He was the same age my son. She said she wasn't cooking dinner every night anymore. She was getting more rest. Her daughter was going to bed peacefully. You know what I mean? And I was like, sis, like, your testimonial is on fire. I was just so amazed. But it's about finding what you're looking for, what will make the biggest difference in my life, and then let me compound upon that. You know what I mean? Let me work upon that. And so there is no one size fits all coaching program here, because every single one of you ladies are different. And every single one of you guys, while we may have a similar thread that runs through for everybody, a lot of times everybody has different needs. Your kids are at different ages. Your dream is different. How you want to do your dream is different. What God put in your heart to do will be different than what other people have. And so I just like to connect with you guys. Let's find out if there's an option that works for you. You can at least find out, right? So shoot me a message. Here comes the naked baby. So if y'all see a penis, y'all know why. Boo boo. I hope nothing came out. Yes. I'm going to put this up like this. Yes. Because there's a whole lot going on over here. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. This is Levi. This is Hurricane Levi, everybody. He's very sweet, but he's pretty sometimey. Okay, I just want to make sure his stuff wasn't in the camera. So anyway, looking forward to connecting with you guys. And if nothing else, get your conference ticket. Let us treat you. Let us send you some stuff, some body scrubs and all the things. Grab your conference ticket. And if you are a business owner or you have something that you want to get out there to our tribe of ladies, then make sure, then make sure that you shoot me a message so that we can include you in our commercials and all that jazz. Okay? All right. Levi, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all know where the DMs are. He's pointing to the DM button.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. You gotta hit finish. All right, y'all. Have an amazing Saturday. I'll look for y'all in my messenger. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye, y'all.